Hello, hello, those of you that are coming in. Hello, hello, hello. I'm just getting straight into the game despite, this going on screen. Isn't that cool? Not what we want. We're gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. Bam, fixed. Easy peasy. Anyway, we're getting straight into the game today. Straight into the game. Hello, Zane. Welcome in. Straight into the game. Fuck waiting. Fuck that. Who cares? I don't. Music's loud, though. Let's turn this down. Hello, Chelsea. Welcome in. Again, Twitch giving me more than 3 minutes of ads. That should not be the case. How am I? I'm doing well. We're gonna add everyone in the game once ads are over on Twitch. But for now, it's just gonna be a close-knit group of people over here on YouTube, and then we'll get that done as well. That's just how it's gonna be. So we're here. We're doing more of what we've always been doing. I really don't need those. Bam. Fixed. And we're gonna use anniversary cake. Hope everyone here is doing well. Hope everyone that's coming into the chat is doing well today. I'm doing good. I've had a bit of a headache all day. I didn't do much today in terms of housework or anything of that nature. House isn't too bad. I should have done. Tell friends to join the stream. I mean, like, all the people that I would normally ask to join the stream are working right now or whatnot. That's why streaming at this time isn't usually what I would do if I could help it. But I want to be able to spend time with my wife, and if I stream when I normally stream at night, that means I won't have any time to spend with my wife. I'll have to. I'll be a sad. I'll be a singular sad. Which is not happening. I'm not doing that. There's Bunny, of course. If Bunny came in, we could always do something else. I don't know what, but I'm from the United States. No, I am from the United States of America. Have you ever heard of it? I would hope so. Unfortunately, it's a third world country, so I have to suffer through that. Perfectly fine. Anyway, I hope everyone who's coming in is doing well today. I'm doing good, other than this headache that I've been trying to get rid of all day. Damn. Wrong button. Fat-fingered. I just answered you. Just answered you. It's in my tags. Definitely, Gatto. It is in my tags. I was given this tag by someone. I've collected tags from areas that I wouldn't normally consider or in my retina thing. You wasn't listening? Sorry. Well, if you weren't listening, then you can do a rewind feature. You're on YouTube. You have the ability to rewind and find what I said. Otherwise, I would normally repeat myself, but I won't if you decided to not listen, because that's rude. I can't believe you're rude. I can't believe it. I can believe it. I can believe it. That's just how people are. They're always rude, right? Well, well, well. Oh, Prodigy's back. Okay. Hello, hello. Welcome back. And he's in my chat in the game instead of in the stream, which is fine. Makes it easier if you're playing ChronoStory to chat with me in the game. Let's not go political, please. Citizens of the United States have zero control over what government does for the most part. So let's not get political. You're not. Oh, I decided to give up on the fluffy bandit. No, I just wanted to train this guy. I was feeling this guy today. Look, I even got an elemental wand. I had to play him. Right? Get your hands on an elemental wand. Have to play a mage. Right? That's just how it works. So sorry, overreacted. You're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it. It's all right. But yeah. You a homer? Thanks, James. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you. I take that as a wholehearted compliment. As a wholehearted compliment. Takes one to know one. Takes one to know one. I'm very happy about these 108% EXP cakes. Okay, but see you later, James. Thanks for stopping it at least. I appreciate it. You're a little not angry, but you're a little disappointed, Prodigy. It's fine. We're gonna be playing more of the bandit soon too. But I like. Some days I'll be training this guy. Some days I'll be training my hero. Some days I'll be training my bandit. Until 4th job comes out. This character's a bit higher level, so I wanted to get this guy out of the way a little bit more. You know? You know? I got some decent wands, or staves, ready, lined up for scrolling. I'll just shoving a bunch of 30% on it. In a million levels. What are they fucking level 65? You need more luck. 68 luck. Like 10 more luck. A little more than 10 more luck. It's fine. But yeah. I just want to get this guy more. Hopefully they do a bit more with the Ice Lightning mage. I didn't really enjoy any of the mage showcase they showed for ChronoStory. I know Boat isn't a mage main and doesn't really play mages, so he's not really equipped to make mages in ways that he thinks is really good, if that makes sense, right? That doesn't mean he's not equipped to do that. It just means that he probably needs more input from other players, which is fine. That's perfectly reasonable. Did I just get a scroll for... I did! Gloves magic attack. That's pretty good. Now I just need a pair of gloves to scroll. These are just accuracy. So hopefully he goes about doing something to it. Maybe later. You just hope they put the cooldown on the map skills because in your honest opinion, it's lame that they did an old. What's lame about? Are you hoping for the cooldowns or against the cooldowns, Night Blader? Do you want them to not have cooldowns, or do you want them to have cooldowns? In my opinion, I think they need cooldowns a little bit. Hoping for them. Yeah, I agree. I do think they need cooldowns. I think that the map skills should have a bit of a cooldown, and the other skills should be really good. I don't think map skills really belong in Old School MapleStory, to be fair. If anything, what I would do for Genesis or something like that is I would make it like a I don't know. I don't think there's anything really. I got it. I know what they could do. Make all three of them spammable, but none of them do damage. Instead, they all do this, right? So, fire poisons is changed to fiery acid rain, and it inflicts every monster on your map with the poison damage over time and fire damage over time. Okay. Ice Lightnings stuns everything on the map for like 15 seconds. And then I don't know what bishops would do. I don't know what bishops would do. Maybe keep bishops being the damage one. I don't know. That'd be unique. That's my kind of opinion on it, right? Still really useful, but like not really useful to spam unless you're a bishop. Hello, Pro Driver. Welcome in. It's Adam Driver himself. What do you think of that, Nightblader? What do you think of that? Just changing their functionality around. I think probably stunning everything on the map's kind of weak, but I don't know what they could do with it otherwise. They could do the thing where, like Iran's skill, where everything on the map becomes stunned for a period of time, and if you deal any damage to them, they instantly die. Iran had a blizzard skill that did that. I don't think Iran should get that skill either. What's this game? This is MapleStory, classic MapleStory on ChronoStory, MapleStory World's ChronoStory. There's a lot of game names I'm saying all at once if you don't know what this game is, but it's MapleStory. It's basically MapleStory. It's kind of MapleStory. But yeah, no. Where Ron got a skill where it froze every creature, and then as long as you dealt damage to them, they would die during the duration of the skill. Right? Which is cool. And could be a cool way to make it like a middleman, right? It doesn't guarantee you're gonna kill everything on the map. It doesn't mean you do. It just means everything will die instantly. Which could be really good for training at higher level maps. In fact, that would be really good for training at high level maps, right? You freeze everything on the map, you go around and kill everything. You freeze everything on the map, you go around and kill everything. I feel like that would probably be the way to go for them. I don't know how powerful that would be or overpowered that would be. Overpowered or not. Hard to know without actually, like, testing it. You're the only one? No, we got a bunch of people on Twitch. A lot of lurkers, a lot of familiar faces like Nightblader. So what do we think about that? For the map-wide skills that all the mages get, rather than being super uniform and all of them basically get the same skill that you can spam, which is annoying, and rather than getting rid of the cooldown on all of them, get rid of the cooldown, change the functionality of everything except for Bishop. Bishop gets the AoE map skill, AoE attack skill, high damage AoE attack skill. Fire Poison gets a skill that causes every creature on the map to get every monster on the map to get the fire dot and the poison dot both at the same time. And Ice Lightning freezes everything for a duration, and if you hit them while they're frozen, they die. Kind of like the Iran skill Blizzard back when that was out. What do we think? Yay, nay? It makes them more thematic. For sure, that means the Bishop one is the strongest, followed by the Blizzard one with Fire Poisons being the weakest. However, if Fire Poison does get to be able to do their dot on bosses, it becomes a good way to inflict bosses that are hard to reach, or inflict all the pieces of the boss, like with Horntail has multiple pieces, and Zack has multiple pieces into the last phase. Could be good. Something like that. Can't really say whether or not that would be all that good, but it might be. I don't know. It's worth thinking about. Yeah, I've had a headache all morning. It's not great. I took some aspirin a while ago. It hasn't kicked in. It didn't work, I don't think. So hopefully by the end of the stream, this headache's gone. My wife might get a little upset at me that I didn't do very much housework today, but it is what it is. I have my headphones off. I don't hear the music at the moment. I mean, I kind of hear it. It's loud enough for my headphones that I can kind of hear it because I have the volume turned up. But I didn't want anything on my head. For that reason. And I'm so familiar with all the songs that play that I could probably hum along to them, even though I can barely hear them. Hey Elias, welcome back. How you doing? How far art thou, my friend? Ugh. And if you're wondering, are you sick? Is your headache cause of being sick? It's not. I'm not sick at the moment. As far as I know. Hello, Margaret. Welcome in. We're playing some Maple Story. We're trying to get our Ice Lightning mage up. It's probably worth it to use the birthday cakes now-ish. We're probably going to be here most of our levels. Hey Zane, I do. Yes, I do. I do indeed remember you. Yes, of course. I should pay attention to these. What are these? Level 70. Okay. Fast 4. It's not the most optimal spot to be at the moment. I'm not super strong yet. But it's okay for now until I can get something better than, well, an arc staff. Pretty slow going killing these duders, though. I'd probably be better off at something like Wild Cargoes or something with how wide the lightning skill is. But these guys drop my weapon, and they drop gloves for magic attack. I mean, they're pretty worth it even if they're a little bit slow going, I think. Definitely not EXP optimal just because I don't kill them very fast, but the EXP isn't bad. It's like a level every 15 minutes, but that's only because I have 2x EXP going on, right? Which means with the amount of cakes I have, we'll probably get to level 57 or 58 before we run out, and then be shit out of luck for a while, which is fine. Unfortunate. Long time no see, Goober. Welcome back, Twiz. Welcome back. I'm a bit slow going today because I have a headache. I've had one all morning. All morning. Well, then come on over to the Twitch. It's fine. If you don't want to be on Twitch, don't be on Twitch. But if you want to be on Twitch, be on Twitch. Twitch. Perfectly fine either way. Merry Christmas, hello. Join Twitch or die. Hey, Kraz. You on your break, Kraz, or are you just here to get your streak up? What's the dealio, my friend? What's the his apps, my friend-yo? Sure, I'm waiting. Okay, welcome back. You taking your break, or you working while being here? That'd be weird, but cool. What's the dealio, my friend? You got the day off. Are you still gonna focus on doing work? Well, that's fine. Probably get a lurk, I bet, sometimes. Understandable. Perfectly understandable. I've had a headache all morning myself. Dealing with that. I didn't do much housework or anything of that nature. My wife might get a little upset at me for that, but that's okay. I understand. Yep. I took some aspirin, but it just won't go away. I don't get migraines, so it's never really that bad. I've seen my wife with migraines, but man, it's not great. I have no light sensitivity. I have my headphones off, so I don't have anything squeezing my head. But I can hear the music from the headphones. I just have them laid on my chest, so they're still really close, so I can hear it. Yeah. I woke up this morning, didn't I didn't sleep at all. I'm no longer tired, but I've got a headache. I tried to take a nap, couldn't fall asleep. So this morning I just took the dog out for a walk, fed her, watched her for a bit, and then tried to do some dishes. But the hot water made it worse. So I was like, no, none of that. Just like put some stuff in the dishwasher. Didn't put enough in the dishwasher to start it, because a lot of it's in the sink and needs to be rinsed a bit, and I'm not gonna be rinsing it with cold water. And rinsing it with hot water doesn't. It makes me feel bad. So didn't do that. So I just had some lunch, and then started streaming. It is what it is. It's all right. Hopefully it goes away soon. Hey, Kara. What'd you have for lunch? Oh, I had leftovers.
That's why we love our dog.
That's why we love our dog.
Love you, babe. Love you, babe.
I had leftovers. My wife and I went to lunch yesterday. So I had the leftover appetizer and the leftover half cheeseburger that I had. So I had half a cheeseburger from yesterday, and then our appetizer, which were garlic knots, which sound good, but this place has excellent garlic knots, like super good garlic knots, because they use their pizza dough, and they make their pizza dough in house. It's very good. Now, full inventory. 80 attack isn't enough. We want 81 or more. You got some good news? Let's hear it. That's exciting. Brain rot ass. Yeah, you started well, my last two shorts. My last short in general. I did re-upload the short, but that's because the first time I uploaded it got suppressed. It only got like 19 views. So I re-uploaded it this morning after cutting out the part that I think was causing it to get suppressed, and it didn't get suppressed this time. So now it's fine. So it's really just the last short. And at the end of the short, I tell you to shut the fuck up. So, like, I think it's fine. That's just how buses be, man. That's just how buses be. I'd make a joke about you, but I'm not feeling it because of the headache. I think you're brain dead, Kara. I said that's just how buses be. I don't mean that the bus itself smells. I mean, like, every time you go on a bus, someone smells like shit. You use your brain, please. Critical thinking. Though I'm sure your teachers tell you to do that all the time. And maybe your parents. Well, yeah. Normal for buses. I would expect nothing less on a public bus. Yes, choke. Choke on the fumes of your idiocity. Like straight donkey ass. You're assuming that the donkey's fuck, what's the word? Sexual preferences again, Kraz. You need to watch yourself. L plus ratio. That's how I use that, right? That's the correct usage, I think. Some people can't afford clothes. Some families can't afford new clothes. I had a friend when I was a kid. Their family was very poor, and they couldn't afford new clothes, nor could they really afford washing the clothes as often as they should. So he didn't smell very good most days. Of course, he still took showers. They had the cheapest shampoo imaginable. So I don't want to judge anyone. There are gross people out there, but I don't like judging people based on things of that nature, mostly because of what happened when I was a kid. Low-hanging fruit, in my opinion. Low-hanging fruit, making fun of how someone smells. Unless you know them well and you know them, the reason they're doing it is because they're just not showering because they're an asshole. It's low-hanging fruit, in my opinion. You can tell I'm in pain because I'm not joining in on the merrymaking. I'm being serious instead. It's turning me into an upright citizen. Sick merps is boring as fuck. Well, I'm not sick. I just have a headache. I'd crack jokes, but I'm not gonna do it at someone's expense just because that's how they smell. Low-hanging fruit for people that may or may not be able to afford, especially now with how prices are. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people just can't afford clothes, let alone washing them. It could be the difference between eating a meal, eating for the day, or washing your clothes for some people, you know what I mean? Either starve yourself for a day, or you make it more bearable for the people around you. I'd say go for the food, man. That's what I'd say. You're open to almost homeless scenarios, yeah? Well, yeah, washing yourself is one thing, and you can kind of tell if someone's washed based on their hair, right? But washing your clothes, like, sometimes you gotta choose between washing yourself and washing your clothes if you're poor enough. Or rationing the soap you use for washing your clothes. You know? So it might not be them particularly, it might be their clothes. You know? Yeah. I mean, for sure, it can be that. But also, if your clothes are dirty enough and haven't been washed enough, they can start to stank over time. Always gotta wash your ass, of course, of course. I just know people who've been in situations like that, so it's understandable. It doesn't make it less bearable to the people around you, but I understand it. You know what credit carding is? Doesn't know what a rag is. We, my wife and I get like every once in a while, we get. I know what it is. If the power is out, you got to do a hand wash, essentially. But like if the power is out or your heat is out, you got to do the hand wash because getting in that cold ass water ain't gonna cut it. We have rags as well. We every like 6 months or so we pick up a pack of rags, like the kind that you wouldn't use for anything other than washing, and then we toss them every 6 months or so. Once they get like they're the really cheap ones. They don't last very long. But once they're done, so we toss them, wash them a couple times, but after that they kind of deteriorate pretty fast. I didn't mean the power. I meant the heat was out. If the heat's out. Was what happened the other day. If you remember, our water heater went out for a couple days, so I had to do a hand wash. Well, at the time I had to do a full wash because I needed to wash my hair as well, so I actually had to get into the cold ass shower because I have long hair. But that's just how it was. I didn't know there was a term for that, Kraz. I didn't know there was a term for that. I figured that was just the lazy way to wash. Can't be bothered to grab a rag or something. Or a loofah. To be fair, you probably shouldn't use a loofah. You should probably use rewashable rags. Loofahs collect germs pretty fast. But, yeah. Maybe she did. It's a funny term. Yeah, that's just a lazy way to wash. If you don't, it's fine. You'll get clean enough, but you ain't gonna be able to scrub. All right, Carol. I'll be here. I only just started, so I'm not gonna be getting off soon. I'll be on for at least another hour and a half, probably, if not a little bit more than that. Probably closer to 2 hours, actually, but. Okay, the good news. But it's been a minute since you mentioned the good news. Let's hear it. Like a date? You have a date in 2 weeks? Nice. Excellent. That'll be fun. Make sure to pick out some fun stuff to do. Places to eat. Places to fuck. You know. You get it. You get it. Yeah, the good old first date peg sesh, yeah. Everyone loves that. Well, that wasn't a very fun pain I just had. Holy shit. You know, sometimes when you, like, move wrong and then your neck just kind of goes, ah. Well, try having that when you also have a bad headache. That was some shit. Just now. Oh. I don't really get back or neck pain, but sometimes it just locks up and hurts for no reason, you know? Neck or back. It's alright, it's alright. Not a big deal. Just a bit of pain for the day, you know? It is what it is. It's a living. LeBron James, my king. Oh, not LeBron James, though. Why are you saying that? I don't know what you're talking about, Abuday. In this context, I think Kraz is right, but all I'm saying is I don't know what he's talking about, like, specifically. I don't know. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't know. I don't watch sport ball. Wish you were a baller. Whatever, the fucking song. Insert the lyrics here. Hello, Trudy. Welcome in. Yo. I'm okay. I've had a headache all day, but that's all right. Not a mild headache either. Kind of a big headache. And not enough to be a migraine. I've never had a migraine before. I don't have any like sound or light sensitivity. Just like pain. I don't have anything on my head right now. Normally I have my headphones. Now they're on my chest right now, so I can still hear them. But I'm leaned back so I can keep my headphones on my chest, so they're close to my face, so I can still hear without the squeezing. These are also really light headphones too, like they don't squeeze very much. Been drinking a lot of water to see if that's what it is. Doesn't feel like it's that kind of headache. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Like, oh well, but what are you gonna do, right? Why y'all coming in my chat and talking about basketball? I don't know what you're fucking talking about. You're talking to the non-sport artist who's a VTuber cartoon on the internet. Hey Zhao, you gonna be streaming today, Zhao? You gooned to Mona Lisa? Nice. A little weird. She's kind of old for you, man. Give it up. She ain't smiling at you, bro. Give it up. You gonna stream today, Zhao? Okay, fine. I'll root for you, Abade. Get that gruz. Hello, 4. Everything about you is spontaneous. I get it. I don't really plan either, even though I know that I'm gonna stream every day, but other than that, I don't really plan. A lot of the time it's ChronoStory now, but like that's just because I'm streaming early and ChronoStory is the easiest game to play. And it gets viewers that are interested in the game. And sometimes gets people who actually want to talk about stuff, which is cool. Could be the game, could be something else, but that's just how it is. It's kind of like how when you play Mahjong, you get a bunch of viewers. Level 55, more luck, because we need it. There we go. Now we're going to put points into MP Eater. No, we're going to put it into Thunderbolt. Is this Global Artail? Okay, so this is ChronoStory, not Artail. I'd recommend ChronoStory. ChronoStory is very good. It doesn't have 4th job yet, but 4th job's coming in the next couple weeks. We've already seen previews for the mages and the warriors. So the 4th job's coming soon. Thank you for asking, Aloha. I've done Global Artail. Global Artail feels a little slow and wonky comparative to ChronoStory, and it's also not managed very well. The team that runs it isn't super great. ChronoStory is run by one dude. I'd recommend ChronoStory if you're gonna get into it. But I have played Global Artail. Account creation, you get one character. You make an account on MapleStory Worlds, and then you can buy in the cash shop a way to show your skin from MapleStory Worlds. ChronoStory, on the other hand, has 3 character slots, so you can make 3 characters. And you can show your character's skin for free. You just say /MSW Worlds in chat, and it'll show your MapleStory Worlds outfit. It only shows it to you. The population is pretty good. Right now it might be low because it's a weekday. The pop is right now about 500. It gets up near 1,000 on the weekends. Sometimes more if we get whenever there's a big update. So the population's really good. I can't say it's more than Artail. I don't know what Artail's at, but I'm pretty sure it's bigger than Artail. Definitely. ChronoStory. CHRONO Story. ChronoStory. I think if you go there, you can also find a link to their Discord if you want to find out some more stuff. It has a lot of really good balance changes. It's not a 1-to-1. It's 2x EXP all the way up instead of 2x EXP until a certain level, and then other stuff as you level up, like in Artail. Artail's kind of wonky that way. But I recommend it if you want to do a not traditional experience that is more balanced and respects your time more. I would suggest this all day, all day. Love's magic attack. Let's see. Do I have anything here that I want to keep? No. No. Don't have a polearm guy on this account. That doesn't look very good. The rest is garbage, so sell it all. Okay. I'm actually gonna buy. No, I'm gonna buy 17. We're gonna go to Hennessy's, cash in the very few tickets that we have, and that's fine. We don't have a ton, but that's okay. Not Hennessy's. We're gonna go to Lith Harbor, and then we'll come back here for more training. Now that the cake has run out. See if we can get anything good. I know that there's a mage cape over there that's good. But I'd like to get a new pair of gloves that I can use. I want to just do this one. To Lith Harbor, yes. I'm also going to check on my main account. I forget what level. In fact, I can just check the bank. Mr. Kim, tell me. What level is first and welcome guest? 35? What about second? Let's check my burpins. Third is 87. I'll have to check. I'll have to check. I forget. Let me look in line. Second welcome guest. Level 6-7. Story Church. I think it might be different on ChronoStory. Let me double check. Any second and welcome guest will work here. I just want to check it. Check it out. What it's all about. It's level, 67. Let's see. First, welcome guest, staff. Magic attack starts at 61. And it's a 6 attack speed. Let's do the wand. Also 60-ish. 58 is the base. 5 attack speed. What am I at on my current thing? 6 attack speed. With, I mean, it could be better, but no, it's probably not. Okay, we're gonna roll. Okay, let's see what we got. Hula hoop is funny. Purple umbrella is funny. Yellow umbrella would be okay, but I'm not currently gonna use it. I mean, work gloves of any kind are good here. So I do need to scroll some gloves. I'd much rather be using mage gloves. Accuracy helmet. Do I have accuracy on my helmet? No. I don't need it though. That's basically all garbage except for the gloves, maybe. What's funny? Oh, the weapon defense. Okay. I can't believe you picked up on that. Oh. Hey, Canny, you're here. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm currently being boring because I've got a headache, but that's okay. That's okay. Sa, dude. Sa, what's up? Hey, man, what's good? Canny's been mean again? Guck. I'll hydrate, sure. Thank you, Toby. I appreciate it. But the thing is, when Canny's mean, you guys fucking like it. You like it when Canny pegs you, right? I know you do. That's what you're there for. I know you like it. Stop complaining. What? No, we don't like it when he pegs us. No, nuh-uh. We don't like it when Daddy pegs. God. Brings a tear to my eye with how stupid what I just said was. Oh, I have a headache too. Man, laughing too hard makes it worse. Fuck. Canny isn't Daddy's status. Oh, look at that. Look at that, Canny. You're gonna have to peg Toby harder. Me waiting. Yeah, Canny likes it when you or you like it when Canny pegs you, right? The ASMR stream is just beginning. We like it. Everyone likes it. Everyone likes the fucking ASMR streams, right? Whoever's the highest tier of Dogathon, huh? Good luck getting it. Who's that? Dare and Canny. Don't dare your viewers. You think they won't? You think they won't make it there? Yeah, they'll make it there. I don't think they're gonna have any problem getting there. Not with you, not with you, the one in charge. Hello, Stell. Welcome in. Sorry, I had an impromptu ASMR session because people were hoping for it. You hope? I hope not. No. You don't have any control over that. It's just how it be. It's just how it be. Your viewers like getting pegged, and it look. There's gonna be two tiers: satire ASMR, and then try hard ASMR. Oh, I see. Okay. Which one do you prefer, Canny? Which one do you prefer? The try hard? This is a mage this time? It is a mage. Yeah, Toby, you're correct. We're on my mage, which I've been working on, which I haven't played in a while, but I have been kind of working on it for a while. We want Canny Daddy ASMR. Of course, that makes sense. Literally, only you want this. Yeah, Canny, give them what they want. Give them what they want. Give them what they asked for. They've been good boys and girls. You're terrified? Why would you be terrified? Give them what they want harder. Tell them they've been a good boy. God help us all. Yeah, that's about right. Stupid. I'm stupid. All right. I'm actually gonna scroll these dumbass gloves. Only 2? It's fine. I only had the 2 at the moment. We'll get more. I will lock these, though. Why? What else would I got here for? I forget. Oh, we're in the middle of an ad? Of course we are. Always when I get raided, we're in the middle of an ad. Every time. Every time. How much is it? Trade vouchers, fucking shield? Magic attack. 60, 1,000? No. God can't help you. Nope. No, it can't. Only Daddy can help you now. Only the ads. Why must ads get in the way every time? Why must the ads get in the way of being awesome every time? You're free from ads, Jake? You're free from ad jail? Well, welcome back. Now we can talk about how much you want Daddy Canny pegging you. while whispering in your ear. I know that's what you want, Jake. Can you still a bottom though? Yeah, but that doesn't the heart wants what the heart wants though, Jake, and you can't stop it. Kenny, are you here to defend the claim that you're a bottom? Or are you here to advocate as such? You do you, man. You do you. Cake. What a funny chat today. What a funny chat. I wish I didn't have a headache. I wish I didn't have that. That'd be great. Maybe better if I do ASMR today, huh? Would it be better if I did ASMR? Would you prefer that? Is the ASMR better for you? You don't see any argument against, so I guess true. I guess so. I guess Canny isn't arguing the fact that he's a bottom. Whether it be for or against. Object now or forever hold your peace, Canny. Otherwise, Jake Boy will have a grounds to always say that you're a bottom, even with your objections. We'll give you 10 seconds. We'll give you 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Canny is officially, legally a bottom now. It's now on their driver's license. They can do nothing about it now. They can fight this this decision in traffic court later. Hey T, bottom power for life. Some people just like being in the bottoms. Yeah, it's fine. They call some people power bottoms for a reason. By the way, if you're new here, whether you came from Canny or you came from ChronoStory, don't forget to leave a follow. I'd appreciate it. I stream every day, and I have streamed every day for like 370 something days. I show up to Canny whenever I can, and he's online. There's a lot of this game, but a lot of other games too. Maybe Minecraft. Other game. Murph, will you be your witness when Canny's trying to fight later? For sure, for sure. If I'm there, I'll absolutely back you up. We have verbal proof. They agreed to this through a verbal contract that they weren't here to sign. But that doesn't matter. It's just VTuber law. Besides, it's on his driver's license now. He'd have to fight it in traffic court, and you know how hard it is to fight anything in traffic court, especially when it comes down to legal identity. So I'm there for you, Jake. I'm there for you. You got this. Candy can do nothing to fight this. He has no grounds to stand on. Stupid. Stupid. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I hope you had a good stream over there and it was fun. I hope you enjoyed all the pegging. The hardcore pegging sesh that Kenny always puts you through every time he streams. Boo ba doo boo 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 doo. Boo dee doo. Boo ba doo boo boo boo. Boo dwee doo doo doo. Boo doo 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 doo. Boo doo doo. Boo dwee doo doo doo. Doo ba doo boo doo doo. Boop 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 boop. Do 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 do. Boo boo doo boo doo doo. Oh, I was wrong. I've forgotten the song. Do ba do ba do ba do 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 do. Ba ba do ba do 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 do. This isn't a singing stream, by the way. I'm not much of a singer. The other day on my anniversary, I was thinking of doing a karaoke stream. I decided against it just because I didn't want to suffer the wrath of Twitch and or YouTube gods trying to send me to hell for singing any form of copyrighted material. Also, I'm not much of a singer, so like it could have been funny. Could have been funny. Everyone in the chat suffering secondhand embarrassment. Shit, Merpin's singing again? Oh, shit. Let's watch this shit. He fucking sucks at that. Lizard. Lizard. Huh. Goodness gracious. It's a bit slow today because of my headache, but that's okay. That's okay. We have some regulars in. We have some irregulars in coming on over from Canny. We have some new faces coming on over from ChronoStory. Love to see all the faces in. Whether they be new, whether they be old. In between. Just like being somewhat entertaining, even if I'm in pain. Even if I'm in pain, I'm okay. I'm okay. It's not a migraine. Might as well be in pain on stream instead of off stream, right? Focus my energies elsewhere. All right. Like what's gonna happen if I was off stream, right? If I wasn't streaming right now, I'd just be in pain on the couch. I couldn't fall asleep anyway. Hey Jay, welcome in. Welcome in. There are times when I'm in too much pain to be on stream. That usually happens if I get a bout of what was it? A gallstone attack. If I get a gallstone attack, that's usually too painful to be on stream. I haven't had one in a couple months. I've probably started one a few times, but I've gotten to the point where I figured I know when it's gonna start, and I take like 3 aspirin and it gets rid of it before it starts. Right? Which is good. I've been eating better, so it doesn't even happen as often anymore at all. Not that like eating better matters. Like you eat something super healthy and just still get a gallstone attack because it just had a little bit too much olive oil in it or something, right? Because your gallbladder's like, fuck you, right? But it's fine. I've had a couple. I've had one where it delayed the stream, and I had one where it ended the stream after like less than an hour. Ended up being one of the shortest streams ever. Technically, the shortest stream ever now is one of the streams that happened like a month or so ago when my power was out. We went to the library, local library, sat in the parking lot and used their Wi-Fi from the parking lot for a really bad connection stream, which lasted until my laptop died. 30-minute stream, a whole 30 minutes. I'm surprised it lasted that long. It's an old laptop, and I was streaming on it. We weren't playing any games. I was just chatting with the chat for the short amount of time that I existed on the internet. But it is what it is. But the pain stream, it's like, it's not enough pain to where I need to not be here. But it's also enough pain where I'm like, yeah, if like, what am I gonna do, right? Get off stream and just be in pain in the living room? I feel like dealing with the dog would be a bigger headache than dealing with streaming right now, right? And that's fine. Let me just tell you all my sob story real fast, right? I have some more liquid in the process. Goodness. So if I'm not chatting super often, that'd be the reason. It's because of pain. And that's okay. But if you have questions, or you have comments, or you have a topic you want to talk about, just let me know. Whether it's about ChronoStory or otherwise, I'm happy talking anyway. It helps distract me too. Or we can all just sit here and I can ramble about nothing. That's fine too. Sit here either in silence or while I ramble about nothing. It's a pimp named Slickback. Say the whole thing. That's what someone said on the... Is it legal to sell pigeons on this server? Those are two sentences back to back that people said on the chat, in the in-game chat. What an interesting turn of events. Things that people have said. People be crazy. Is it legal to sell pigeons on this server? What a silly statement. More liquid. Finished the elixir. Now I just have water left, and that's fine. Water's good too. The elixir of life, water. I also was wrong about how far these cakes get me. They only get me an extra, what? They do double the speed a bit, but still only got me level 55. Will get me to 56. Plus a bit, looks like, but maybe a level every 20 minutes. Which means without them, it's a level every 40 minutes. So we can expect maybe level 60 today with some luck. Maybe. Which is, which you would say, oh, that's fast. No, it's not. It's slow. It doesn't feel fast. It is faster than killing stuff at higher levels, but you're making less resources, so it ends up being slower, and that's fine. Totally fine. I'm not salty at all. There goes my cake, about to expire. Goodbye, cake. I've only got one more of you, and I'm going to use it in this level range, because levels 50 to 60, levels 50 to 70 suck ass. The way to mitigate that, in my opinion, would either be increase the EXP of the monsters at level range or decrease their HP. I think decreasing their HP would be the most balanced option. Making them have less HP means you kill them more often, means you get more EXP. I feel like that would be balanced. So for example, if it took half the time to kill these guys, I'd be getting double the amount of EXP. I feel like that's probably balanced. Maybe, I don't know. Do 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 do. Whew. Can't believe I already used all my cakes. We're on the last cake, and we only got like 5 levels. And for sure, 5 levels, level 50 to 55. Actually, we only got like 4 levels. 52 to 56. For sure, isn't bad. Is it good though? Should I have saved them for the level 60s? I don't think so. There's a couple quests in the level 60s. Ooh, another staff. What's it got? 81 is a minimum what I want to use. Okay, got it. That's fine. I'll be able to scroll those. I got a bunch of staffs now to scroll. I know this area is suboptimal for my level range. But, I mean... glove magic attack scrolls and fucking the staff that I'm gonna use until like level 120. Yeah, we're gonna be here for a bit. Throw a bunch of 30% on it, see what fucking happens, right? I'll need the money to throw 30% on it. I can get that by training on my hero. I can get that by training on my hero. I'd make more money if this character was on my main account, but since we only have 3 character slots, I'm saving that slot for just in case a run comes out. So this is on my alt account. Hero's only level 105. So they don't kill shit all that fast, but still good EXP where they kill stuff. And a lot of scrolls. I've gotten so many scrolls. Well, to be fair, I got a lot of scrolls on my other guys. Ozork. What do you think? Priest, is it better than Ice Lightning? At the moment, I would say Priest is definitely better than Ice Lightning. In terms of, like, all the way through 4th job. If they do some adjustments, who knows where it's gonna go. I feel like every class is viable. I'm not a big fan of their 4th job changes for the wizards, per se. For the mages, per se. But I would say probably Priest is better than Ice Lightning. Depends on what you want, though. Depends on what you want, though. I particularly don't really like Priest all that much. But I do like what they did with Priest. I do like what they did with Priest. It is probably the strongest mage. Probably. Although, actually, you know what? Hard to know now because they did change how party EXP works in this last in like a minor update like a day ago or so, 2 days ago, something like that. I think it was yesterday. And now Leech EXP is worse. 81 again. Excellent. So one of the other benefits to having a priest, obviously, is having Holy Symbol, right? But it's less good now, I guess? Unless you have a full party. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'd have to look into it more. But it seems like it's less good now. Somehow. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. I think it was an indirect nerf, not a direct nerf, but like, not that it's bad. But still, I would say priest is probably better. I just don't want to play a priest. Genesis meta, not what I want. If it was up to me, every single mage class would get a big AoE attack skill that isn't really an attack skill. And then all of their regular attack skills that they get in 4th job would be way better than they are. But it feels like with those big AoE attack skills, everyone wants these big ass AoE attack skills, despite them being boring as hell to use. Because they want to have that experience of being able to do big AoE attacks. But like, if you want big AoE attacks, play Modern Maple, right? I feel like it'd be better to have them be like more utility, and then make all of their attack skills that they get in 4th job just be better. You know? Make Big Bang like really good, really good damage. Right? For Cleric, make whatever Ice Lightning gets for 4th job as their main attack. Make that really good, not Big Bang. We want to get Big Bang on Cleric, I think. And then same with like Fire Poison. It's probably Paralysis and then one other one. And here's how I would do it. I don't know how I would balance Genesis. Genesis would need something different. I'm not sure what. But at least for Ice Lightning and for Fire Poison, I think for Ice Lightning, make it so their main attack skill that hits multiple enemies. Hey, Squid. No worries, man. No worries. I getcha. But make it so their AoE attack skills that attack stuff aren't super strong, but make it so when you use their big AoE full map attack, instead of it being does a bunch of damage and kills everything, it inflicts everything like this. It makes everything frozen like that, just like those enemies when I hit them with this. Except when you now attack them, they die instantly. Kind of like Iran's Blizzard attack from way back in the day. And you can spam it. So basically you freeze everything on the map, and then you go around killing everything on the map, and you repeat. For Fire Poison, I would make it so your big AoE attack inflicts every monster on the map with both poison and fire, the damage over time. And then I don't know what they would have to do with Genesis. I don't know. I feel like just making it be damage is boring. But they could make it just a big AoE damage attack. It would be fine if the other two did that. But I feel like it'd be better to be like something else. It could be a party buff, but I feel like that's kind of boring. It could be a bossing skill, but I feel like that's kind of also boring. If anyone has any ideas of what it could be instead, let me know. I feel like other people might have better ideas next. I'm not coming up with anything. Maybe it's a map-wide attack, but it doesn't do as much damage. and you can spam it. I don't know. Maybe Big Bang hits mobs and gives them a debuff or something like that. And if you use Genesis on a mob that has a debuff, it instantly kills them. That kind of feels like the inverse of what I suggested for Ice Lightning Mage, though. I don't know. 80, those are cells. Oh, I do have, well, it's only 84 attack. I already have. I don't need that. Sell everything. Yes, please sell all my equips. I know that's not a popular opinion. I know that's not particularly a popular opinion. I know a lot of people want Genesis and the other big AoE attacks that do damage. I feel like it'd be better to balance them differently and make it so their regular attacks do more damage, because that's less boring. I feel like if they're just big AoE attacks that kill everything, that's boring, even if they have a cooldown. You know? But yeah, at least for Ice Lightning and Fire Poison, that's probably what I would do. I'd make it so the big AoE attack for Fire Poison inflicts everything on the map with fire, the fire and poison dots. Ice Lightning should freeze everything and allow you to kill them instantly while they're frozen. Just like the Blizzard attack did back in the day. From Iran. And then Bishop should do something. I don't know what, though. Hits everything on the map with a massive debuff, which increases your damage by a lot. I don't know. Seems kind of eh, but like just because of how the nature of the game works. I have an idea. I don't know how it would be, how good it would be. Genesis does the thing it normally does, right? It hits the whole map, right, with a debuff. But instead of being a damaged ability, it hits everything on the map with a debuff, right? And then it has a duration. So rather than it being a skill that instantaneously does damage, it just has a duration, right? And it sets down the angel thing from the attack animation wherever you cast it, and then for that duration, let's say 30 seconds, every few seconds a beam of light comes down from the sky, so from the very top of the map down to the ground, and anything in that beam takes the amount of damage Genesis would normally deal. So it would be random throughout the map that these pillars of light happen, but it lets it be this thing that you set it and it deals damage, and then you still have to go around and kill stuff while it also kills stuff. Maybe. I feel like that would be a more interesting way to have it work. I don't know if Boat could get that working properly, or if that would be a viable way to do it. But I feel from a balance standpoint, it's probably more balanced than just like a spammable thing that hits the entire map and everything dies. And then you can spam it. No. Maybe I'll post those in my mage suggestions. Because I had a mage suggestion thread, and I have those ideas. I'll post those at the end of the stream. I think those are good. If anyone disagrees with me, let me know. If you disagree and you think, no, we want the big AoE attacks to remain attacks, and they're always spammable. Okay, it'd be boring, but like, why? In fact, I think the fire poison one could also be a thing that just lasts. That way, if all the mobs die, any mobs that spawn would be hit with the debuff as well for the duration. That way, you don't have to spam it every like whatever amount of time. You just set it and then you recast it every 30 seconds. The only one that would need to be used every like once it runs out would be Blizzard, I think, because Blizzard is different. I think that's what it's called, right? It's called Blizzard. Whatever the Ice Lightning one is. Yeah, I feel like that'd be the way to go. I have to mention that. I'll have to put that in this in the Discord. Maybe I'll post it right when I get this level. Real fast. In the middle of the stream. Okay, we got a level. Let's put the... How many points of luck do I need to wear these? 68. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the rest goes into int. Got it. Okay, now let's post this in the Discord real fast. Okay, on my suggestions, I have... Hello, Jay. Okay, so the AoE for fire poison should be a use skill that gives all mobs on the map the fire and poison dot, and causes the fire rain to last on the map for 20 to 30 seconds, causing any mobs that spawn during that time to also gain the dots. Ice Lightning. And then Bishop. There we go. There we go. That's enough of that. Okay. So we got to level 56 with all of our cakes. I can't believe we're out of cake. I can't believe we're out of cake. No, it's fine. It's fine. Let's get back to training. Still lots of misses, but that's okay. They are much higher level than me. But now, once we get to level 65, we can equip our weapon. And we're pretty good. We're okay. Still got a headache. Not as bad as it was earlier, at least, but it's still there. Still not great. But it's okay. Hope everyone that came in so far is having a great day. I hope people possibly like that suggestion I just posted on the Discord. It's in my Ice Lightning Fire Poison suggestion suggestion page. I include the bishop idea. Here's the idea. The idea for them was was a change to the AOE, the giant AOEs. Fire Poison would hit the whole map with a fire and poison dot. And then it would last for 30 seconds on the map. So anything that spawns in during those 30 seconds would also be hit with the dot. So you don't have to spam it really fast. You just place it once, and then you place it again after the duration's over. So every 30 seconds you use the skill. There'd be no cooldown on it. It just like there'd be no reason to play it. You use it more than once. Ice Lightning Mage would get the Blizzard skill from Iran, kind of, right? It freezes everything on the map for a number of seconds, like 10-ish. And if you hit them at all, they just die instantly. So instead of being like, cool, it instantly kills everything on the map, you still have to go around and hit everything with your AoE skills. It just makes it so you have to do that. They'll die instantly. There need to be some kind of check in place to make sure you're not doing this on super high level mobs, but I feel like that would be fine as long as it's balanced properly. Because it does the same thing essentially, but you have to go around and kill everything. So you don't spam it. You hit everything once, you go around and kill everything, and then you use it again, and you go around and kill everything. And then finally, Bishop. Instead of being herder, everything dies instantly. Do you get access to COT for Classic? Can you define what COT is, my friend? I'm really bad with abbreviations. Can you tell me what that is, Brandon? I am bad with abbreviations. Close online test server. Oh no, and I didn't get access. This is oh, thank you for the follow, whoever that was. I appreciate it. We are lurker friendly, so if we don't want to reveal who you were, that's fine. I won't. Unless you did. Whoever also followed, I appreciate it. Might have been two people. Or might have just been one person unfollowing and then following in. If that was someone unfollowing and then following again twice just to throw stuff at me, please don't do that. It freaks out Twitch. Let me double check to make sure it wasn't. Nope, two new people. Thank you both, I appreciate it. I won't reveal who you were unless you say something like life asking just mentioned. Yeah, you did. And someone else also did, so I appreciate both of you. Did we just get rated as well? Ozark subscribe with Prime. Thank you, Ozark. Thank you for the follow, both of you, life asking and Logger. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was my suggestion for those. And then one other one for Bishop. Rather than it being herder, I hit everything on the map with Genesis and everything dies. It should be. Oh yeah, Brandon. I'm sorry, I was answering your question. This is ChronoStory. You can find it on MapleStory Worlds. It's way more balanced than regular. Like for example, the classic MapleStory server, I feel like is super unbalanced. Everything is really weak. The amount of EXP you get is really low. This is a much more balanced version. Some stuff might be a little bit strong, but that's fine. It doesn't feel like it's too strong. You're still struggling in the level 50 to 70 range. I have quite a few, actually. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop. I'm just getting a few of them because I'm going to be doing that. I'm also training here because I do more damage. I'll probably switch to Cargos at level 60. You're correct. I'll definitely switch there. But for Bishop, rather than getting Genesis, Genesis that just kills the whole map, essentially, and being able to spam it, I think making it so you set Genesis, it leaves the like angel animation on the map like a fountain, and then it either does for 30 seconds every couple seconds, it does a burst of holy damage to the whole map, which could kill mobs but probably isn't going to kill mobs, or Cargos is better than Hot Mixed if I switch to Lightning. If I switch to the Lightning damage ability, it is better, yes. But right now I'm gonna do more damage to these guys until that level 60, and they drop magic attack glove scrolls and the weapon I'm gonna be using until like a level 120. So that's why I'm training here. You got 2 above average, so your first 30% actually worked. I'd do the 60% just to be safe, Logger. I would. With me, I have a bunch of them. I'm gonna get 2 60% on one of them, and then scroll, or two 30% on one of them, and then scroll 60% the rest. If I can get 2 30% on one of them. If I can't, I'll keep looking. I have a character that I can do the farm for these later, if I want to, which I probably will if that's the case. But right now, I'm just training here until level 60. You saw in Chronodex the Cargo's lower level than those golems. They are a bit lower level, but the spawn rate is higher, and you can hit more mobs with the attack. Because this attack, the ice attack only hits 3 mobs. The lightning attack hits 6 or 8 or something. Do you bother with 10%? No. Like unless you have just a huge surplus of something, you can do 10% until you hit one of them. Because technically speaking, they won't destroy the equipment. But I mean, at that point, you just do 60%, right? Or 30% rather. If you have a surplus of them and you don't mind blowing them up, unless you just don't have enough traces, the things you can use to buy the scrolls. I mean, it's really up in the air there, right? Yeah, lightning is really good on that map. Yeah. Now it can be good for certain things. So like if you're trying to, this is your first main character. Okay. Yeah. If you're trying to like, if you have money's usually tight on your first character. For me, my first character was a Dragon Knight, a DK, right? And I started playing when the game came out. So there was trading at the time, so it was easier at the time. Now it's a bit harder even. It's easier in some ways, harder in other ways. So I get it. Money is usually tight. Just keep going. Once you get to like level 100, money becomes at like super fast, basically. Once you're on level 100. Once you can go to squids, it's like, man, money, free money forever. Yeah, that was my suggestion for the main big AOE attacks. Oh yeah. Either Genesis gets a burst of damage hitting the whole map every couple seconds, as a overtime place AOE ability of some kind. Or during that time frame, it causes like pillars of light to come down from the top of the map down to the bottom of the map. Any mobs in the pillar of light take the full Genesis damage, so it wouldn't kill the whole map, but it could kill like all the mobs above me and below me would die, and then it could then like a couple seconds later hit over here and all the mobs above me and below me would die. You know, like little pillars of light like that, something like that. And it would happen every few seconds. Who knows? I feel like that's a more balanced way to do Genesis and the other big AOE attack skills. Like I said, damage over time for fire poison, and then a freeze that lets you kill them instantly with your other attack skills for this one. E-Wings is 93 attack with +6 int. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That'll probably last you until around level 115, and that's when you're gonna want to start scrolling up a last unwelcome guest wand. So you're still going to want to do the Omega Sector quests, Logger, because that's still going to be your best in slot weapon, but it's not going to be as good as your Evil Wings because you are affected by attack speed until around level 115, maybe even 120. You know, I'm aiming for 95 plus attack on my Evil Wings if I can. Because then it'll last me to 120 definitely, and then I can do it. I don't have to do the quest on this character either. I already did the quest. How to get weapon? You're level 67 first character, and you're an Ice Lightning mage, Ozork. Should you just trim your luck? You think you have too much? If you just do enough luck to, you know how to get the last weapon. Oh, there's a quest line in once you get high enough level, you're only level 67. Once you get to like level 80 or 90, I'd say around there, you're gonna probably go to Omega Sector in that level range anyway. Do the quest line, okay? Then the final couple quests you get at level 100. At level 100, it's essentially you have to you kill some mobs on Mothership, and you have to kill a boss, a mini boss. You get people together to kill the mini boss. You can always ask in the chat. Just spend a mil on a Smega, and you just ask if people can help you with Xenomega. It's pretty simple. Once you do that, you can then make your weapon. To be able to re-roll your weapon, you need Chaos Crystals. These guys. So if you get these, don't sell them. You can make Chaos Crystals once you do the quest line with one of each of the other crystals. So like you want to save all your crystal ores. You're also going to want to save basically all your ores, regular ores as well, because in order to make your last and welcome guest weapon, you're gonna be wanting this, you know, you're gonna be wanting those pieces so you can make them. Yeah. So that's basically the whole thing. It's not too bad. You do want to go back to red golems, find more of the evil wings. At a certain level, it'll be easier to kill these guys, obviously. You're probably at the level where you're probably killing them much faster than me. For more evil wings, especially, and also the glove for magic attack scrolls. These guys drop those, which is good. If you have a high enough level character to go train optimally at a high level area that drops a lot of gear. For example, I get like 10 mil every 20 minutes training on anyone that's high level, essentially. Hell yeah. Means you get an 83 attack. That's good. And then plus 6. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. As you can see, I'm using an elemental wand. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no. Ice Lightning is good. I like Ice Lightning. It's my favorite out of the mage classes. I don't really like how Cleric plays, and I've never really liked the poison or fire damage over time builds that much. I was okay with it on Artale, and now here I haven't played it here yet on Gunslinger, because Gunslinger has a lot of mobility, so you can hit everything on the map and then go back and then do it again, and that's fun. But let me double check. I might have more. Let's see. Did I get another 81 or higher? That one's bad. No, everything else is sellable, I think. Yeah. I should spend some money and expand my inventory. You. Sell all equips. In fact, I'm gonna go over here and put some of my equips on my other character. Let's put them on Marbles. Ooh, Marbles has some stuff. I forgot. Marbles, what do you have here? A purple work glove, I'll take it. And emerald earrings, that's fun. And gray work gloves, I'll take those too. But I'm gonna give you back my Hinamaru fan. All my stuff that I can't equip yet, including those. In fact, I'll give you everything back. It's fine. There we go. Full of nice empty inventory. It should be much better. Oh, I guess Ozark can hear me because he's a Prime sub. Thank you for the Prime sub, by the way. I appreciate that a lot. So you're the only one that can hear me, but that's fine. We're in the middle of an ad. Sip of water. I have a 125 DK and a 125 Archer, Bowman, on my other account. And then I have a 105 Hero on this account, and a level 30, and a level 30 Bandit, which I'll be training as well alongside this character a bit. At least until 4th job comes out. I'll probably focus on this guy a bit more. Of course, we're in the hell levels right now, trying to get to level 70. Once we get to level 70, a little bit higher than that, it becomes much easier. In fact, it takes me longer to get a level at this level than it does on my 105 hero. So these levels are always tough. They should probably balance it a bit better. It was always like this, but my opinion is I don't think that was intentional game design by Nexon. I feel like this level range wasn't intended to be the hardest level range. You know? 58 to 65 is super tough, yeah. It is. I guess you can hear me too, Logger. I didn't realize. I guess your Prime thing allows you to skip ads. That's good. That's good. This is the hell level range. It's always been the hell level range. It should probably be rebalanced. In my opinion, rather than making things give more EXP, they should... Did someone subscribe? Again? Another one? Oh, Logger 2, thank you for your Prime subscription. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Two in one day. What the fuck? When does that ever happen? I appreciate it. You don't use it anyway? Well, then stay subscribed. I stream this all the time. Hell yeah. On side chat over here in game, yeah. I appreciate it, Logger. I stream this all the time. I stream a lot. I do other games too, but because I'm a variety streamer. But a lot of the time it's ChronoStory. It's my comfy game. And today I had a headache, so ChronoStory. If Iran came out, this would probably be the game that I play most of the time. Right now, it's the game I play most of the time, but. Yeah. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. And yeah, no. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the tough. I don't think that was intentional game design by Nexon. Nexon had the game design like that, where it was harder to level in this level range, and every developer of a MapleStory clone generally does the same thing, and they fall into the same pitfall. I don't think it's intentional game design. In my opinion, there's two main reasons why the mobs don't give enough EXP. Or don't... The two main reasons we don't get enough levels quick enough in this level range. One, the mobs don't give enough EXP. They don't... The scale from EXP to level is weird and wonky. They kind of fixed that later. They added jesters at one point, if you remember, in the haunted house in MapleStory. In NLC, they added the jester area, and that area really made this level grind faster. You came here at like level 55. They're at level 55, and they gave like 1k EXP each. In a 2x EXP server like that, you'd be here at level 55, and you'd be getting 2k EXP per mob instead of 550. Right? They had more HP, but it wasn't enough to make them bad, right? Especially with the spawn rate. That kind of mitigates it. You can do that. You could add mobs that give more EXP at this level range. I've seen a lot of people play Classic. I agree this server is way more hype and more exciting than Classic. See, what Nexon is doing stuff that I don't agree with from like a design aesthetic, right? They're trying to do a thing that's similar to like old school RuneScape, but they're not giving people the chance to vote. They're adding new content to the game, which is cool. But it's content at level ranges that didn't need the content before they have all the content out that needs to be out before they add new content, which is to say, Boat isn't adding new content to this game. He's releasing all of the content that needs to be released before he adds his own content, right? He'll add, like, homebrewed versions of areas that existed. It needs a PQ system. It definitely. It needs endgame bossing and raids. I feel like raids could be cool. I know bosses in this game are kind of like raids, but I feel like having actual raids in this game would also be cool. I feel like there's a lot of things he could do with this. And I think Boat has a lot of ideas that he wants to do, and he probably will do. You know? I'm sure. It's not going to end with just Fourth Job and all the areas that existed, right? We're going to be getting more stuff. We've already gotten more stuff. If you look at Omega Sector, we got more areas in Omega Sector than we ever got before. It's going to be more than that. Nexon doesn't value our input. What they're trying to do is recreate an experience that the players described, which is to say a hardcore MMO. But that's not, I mean, like, I feel like players say that that's what they want, but that's not what they want, right? People don't know what they really want. We're all adults now. We're all in our late 20s to 30s, and people want to experience nostalgia, but nostalgia is lying to you. When you were a kid, you had all the time in the world. Now, if you want the social aspects of MapleStory, Discord exists. Right, if you want the social aspects of MapleStory, Discord exists, and you can just go on Discord. That was the thing that we got, right? Exactly. Like, no one wants to grind to level 30 in a month, and that's fast. That's fast grinding too. Hey, A1 Steak Sauce, welcome back. No one wants to grind for that long, right? People are gonna play classic MapleStory for a month, get to level 30. And feel accomplished they got to level 30, and then, like, maybe hang out for a little bit in the chat, like, in the game, and then quit. That's what's going to happen. ChronoStory respects your time. Modern MapleStory and Classic MapleStory doesn't. And it's because they're trying to make a game for players that think that's what they want, but that's not what they want. And then they're going to sell the solution in the cash up. They're absolutely going to sell 2x EXP coupons in the cash up. You know that's going to happen. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if that's in the cash up from day one. It doesn't matter if they're $2 or if they're $10. That's pay to win. Hey, James. About to play some War Thunder. Have fun with that, A1. We can experience more classes. Yeah, the only thing that would change is the character slots, yeah. Now, I wish ChronoStory had more character slots. It would be great. Problem being, MapleStory Worlds. MapleStory Worlds locks your... Can you repeat that? What's pay to win? Oh, life asking. I'm saying that classic MapleStory, right? We know that it's 1x EXP. In fact, the EXP is lower than what 1x should be, so you actually get even less. So it takes even longer to level up. And it's Nexon we're talking about. They're 100% gonna be selling 2x EXP in their cash shop, right? In classic MapleStory. Like, that's gonna be there probably day one. And if not day one, it'll be once the players start to wane a little bit. Right? You didn't buy a pet here? I'd recommend purchasing a pet. It's $2. It's not bad at all. You can also get one for free. You can purchase it over in Pet Park, I believe. But it doesn't heal you as fast. So it only heals you once every 2 seconds. So in areas where the mobs can two-shot you, you'll still die. But as long as you don't get two-shot, you'll be fine. The system is perfect, so you don't think bots... Exactly, right? I like how this version also doesn't have trading. I agree. Cash out monetization is ridiculous. I agree, James. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But we know that that's Nexon. That's what Nexon does. They're going to be selling. They're going to be selling the cosmetic loot boxes in the cash shop, and they're going to be selling 2x EXP coupons in the cash shop. We know that's going to happen. Everyone's going to be pissed about it. But like, then the fucking like apologists are going to come in and be like, yeah, sucks to suck, but if you want to be good at the game, you gotta give Nexon $10 every 2 hours. Like fucking no. I don't trust Nexon. It's fucking the guy who's running Global MapleStory and in turn Classic MapleStory is the dude who invented cubes. He didn't just invent cubes, he also invented the monetization practice of only selling them in the cash shop and not allowing you to get them outside of the cash shop. I don't trust that guy. No. His whole interest is making Nexon money. That's the reason why they put him in charge, because he's already been proven to make them money. There's been people who've been worked on Global MapleStory that were really pro players, and they couldn't get anything done because Nexon said no to them every time, and then they'd fire them. So they put someone in charge who Nexon said, hey, do what you think the players would like, but also keep our interests in mind. And he said, got it, boss. And now he's doing just that. But that's why every single time there's like a major update on Global MapleStory, everyone's like, yeah, this is a major win for players, but it's not enough. Because it's never enough. Because they're not doing it to appease their players. They're just trying to... He's just trying to find a middle ground. He's trying to find what is just enough where players stop complaining, but makes Nexon the most amount of money. That's all it is, right? He's not there to make the game better for players. He's making it better for players just so players stop complaining and start paying more money. That's all. That's the only reason why he's there, right? Inkwell. That's the guy, Inkwell. They're not greedy. They sell pets is okay. The stone is a perfect, yeah. No big game changer, but to earn some money. Yeah, Boat isn't greedy. He didn't even want to add the pet until the game was perfect. So he added the pet to the cash shop, but he also added a version of the pet to the pet park. So if you want a pet and you still want to be able to be healed by it, you can just get it from Pet Park. It's like 10 mil or something like that. Like it's super cheap. But it does heal less frequently. If cosmetics were paid and everything else was free, that'd be fine. But this is exploitation. Yeah, I mean, like, this game that I'm playing right now isn't exploitation. We're talking modern MapleStory and the things that they normally do. I agree with you. I feel like Nexon shouldn't be the ones running MapleStory. That's why this version is better. And of course, you still have to pay Nexon to be able to get the cosmetics in this game too. Get the pet, for example. The pet gives you an auto buff. It's not a necessary buff. And you can get it for free. But I want to support the dev, Bote. Devs, Vaft. Which does give money to Nexon. But I mean, I don't mind. Most of the revenue goes to Bote and Vaft. Yeah. I think it's perfectly fine. But the thing is, it's a Korean MMO, James. So in Korea, one of the viewpoints from people who are there is pay to win isn't an issue over there. People like to be able to people see game accounts in Korea for popular MMOs and things of that nature as an asset. So if they have a really high level character in Lost Ark or MapleStory and they have like all this good gear and all this legacy stuff that's worth a lot of money, this is an asset to them. They use it as a status symbol, and they also can sell it if they needed money, right? That's what they would do. It's that kind of thing. So pay to win isn't an issue over there. It's encouraged. Western cultures don't like pay to win, but a lot of Eastern MMOs just include it because that's just how it is over there, and they don't realize that Western cultures don't like it. and they don't know how to adapt to Western cultures properly. The way to adapt to Western cultures in Eastern MMOs like this is to make it so the game itself is more rewarding to play. It needs to respect your time. Anything that's in the cash shop. I mean, like Western MMO players, you know what we like? Which everyone hates to hear this, but Western MMO players like either subscription services. It's less popular now, but it used to be more popular. Subscription services. Or battle passes. You know? That's where most of the money in Western play and loot boxes. Non-pay-to-win loot boxes, which I think is selling gambling to children and shouldn't exist. But a battle pass, I think, respects your time as long as it's done properly. As long as it isn't done in a way that increases FOMO, I think a battle pass is usually fine for video games and whatnot. It lets you support the devs in a way that is respectful, and you get rewards out of it for playing the game, essentially. As long as it's done right. There are games that have done battle passes right, and there are games that do battle passes in a way that feels scummy and shitty. But I feel like if Nexon really wanted to make money from the Western market, they would not do any pay-to-win ever. And they should focus on making the game more fun and rewarding to the player experience. Getting rid of stuff that is there just to make the game bleed your money, like make it so you can't share your cosmetics among your account. Get rid of that. You know, it's like there's a lot of things they can get rid of that is there just to make the game make you spend more money. And then just add a battle pass. They already do battle passes. They have battle passes actually in modern MapleStory. They absolutely do, but they make them too expensive, and they do them so frequently. And every time you get a battle pass, you have to pay the full price for it rather than having a subscription for it. So like, they just do it wrong is the problem. So, along with all their other monetization practices that don't really work here, it just makes it not fun to play. That's why I don't play modern MapleStory anymore. That, and it feels like a mobile game now. And they ruined Iran. I hate games where you can't share things, the things you buy, with real money between your own characters. Yeah, I hate that as well. And modern MapleStory does that. You know, every other MapleStory doesn't do that. So like, if you were in KMS or CMS or JMS, you can share all of your cosmetics among your account. The only version of MapleStory that still doesn't do that is GMS. And recently, Inkwell put out one of their Inkwell notices saying, "Hey, guess what? We're making it so when you like, you can trade stuff among your account twice per year, right? That's how they did it before, right? You can trade stuff among your account twice per year, so all your cosmetics are available to move to your other characters, but it only happens in like January and like June or something like that, right? Now it happens 4 times a year, but every other server has it. You can just do it. The reason why KMS is telling Inkwell that he can't do that is because they think that if we can do that, we're gonna not spend as much money. GMS isn't their big money maker. They just want to make more money at it. But I feel like if they did that, they would make more money. In fact, I'm certain if they did that, they'd make more money. More players would be more willing to buy cosmetics because guess what? You can trade your cosmetics among your account. Today's MapleStory is worse than a full-time job. You're correct. It's daily story is what it is. You go in, you do your dailies, and then you stop playing because there's no reason to level up a character unless you're doing dailies. Like, why would you do that? You get all your EXP from your dailies. The game is just FOMO. I don't like it. And it feels like a mobile game? Nah, I'm good. Miss me with that. Yeah, all the events are the same. Every event is the same. It's the same event, same fucking shop, same thing of everything. Every single event gives you this little buff that attacks mobs around you, and then For after like an hour of grinding, it goes away and you don't have it anymore, and then like there's no reason to keep playing and you log off. What they're doing is mobile game design. So I've worked in the animation industry. I've worked in the mobile game industry. I've worked in the gaming industry. In mobile gaming, there is a design. Okay, the design is to create habits. They're trying to give you FOMO, to make it so you come back every day and do this little task every day to create habits, which is why Nexon has all their events perfectly spaced, so there's no gaps in between events, which is why every event is exactly the same. It's there to make it so people come back every day, and you make it a habit to come back to the game every day. If it's a habit, you'll always come in every day, and that's a mobile game design. It's a very predatory, like, human nature based like psychological tactic that mobile game companies use. It should be illegal. It really should be illegal. But it isn't, and that's what Nexon uses now. It used to be they would make fun events that are unique, and then they'd have new stuff every few months, and it would be fun. But yeah, exactly. That's what it is. It's trying to give you an addiction. That's what mobile games are, and that's the tactic that they use, and that's what Nexon's using. It's also why they include loot boxes, because loot boxes prey on people's gambling addictions. It's why loot boxes are so popular, and why every mobile game and online game for the last 10 years or so has made most of their money through loot boxes, and also why a lot of countries ban loot boxes, because it's selling gambling to children, which should be illegal and is illegal in a lot of places. What map do you think is good to level 70 as an Ice Lightning? Probably Cargo's. I'd guess. This map is fine until 70, but like it's not going to give you all that much XP. It's going to give you a good amount of drops. Cargo's is better. You're an ice character. We're an ice character. Lightning, I guess, is fine. We could probably go to Icy Mountain 2 or whatever. The one with the Hectors and Ice Fangs. You know? The wolves. That one's usually fine. Otherwise, I'm not sure. I haven't grinded around this level range in a while. And back then I played a Bowman and a DK and a Hero. And back then the meta grinding spot was Shield Tauros, or Tauros Shields. And I don't think those are very good anymore. I feel like we would just end up dying as mages to those guys. They hit really hard. They hit really hard. If you can survive them and hit them, Tauros Shields are really good EXP. Otherwise, I'd stick to, like, here, Darkstone Golems, Cargos, something like that. Maybe Fog. These are the hell levels for a reason. It's because you're in hell. This is hell, and we're in hell. We live in hell. Anything worth keeping. Anything at all. 2 magic attack, that's a no. Those are okay, I don't really want them. 5 and 3, I have a better one. 4, 2, 2, 4. I'll lock it for now. 9 int, 5 luck. We'll lock that. It's max int. Everything else is sellable. We'll get over there. We're gonna trade. We're gonna respec, and we're gonna go somewhere that gives more EXP. Actually, we're gonna go to Skill point reset. Actually, do I need a skill point reset? Yeah, we want to put in a thunderbolt. Boop. Yes, please. Okay. Boop, boop. Thunderbolt, please. Teleport. Meditation. I'll max out MP Eater for now. MP Recovery. Max MP Increase, please. Max out this. Max out Magic Guard. Max out Recovery, I think, and then 1 point into Claw, I think that goes. Yeah. Got it. And then... Are the cakes something we can get more of? There's only 7, as far as I know. As far as I know, you get 7. So I'd use them now if you're below level 70, or I would save them for, like, later. I think you said you were, like, level, like, 100 or something like that. If you're like, higher. If you're like that, I use them at, like, squids. But otherwise, for the drop rate, right? No, I'm not on... Am I not on... For this whole stream? All right, fucking shuffle playlist. Skip. There we go. We're gonna put on Thunderbolt. Okay. We're gonna go over to cargoes. Cargo room. We have enough potions, right? Yes. Yes. Go over to cargoes. Only level 38. Yeah, I'd use them. Actually, I'd wait. Don't use them yet. Do your 999 quests. Once you get all your 999 quests done, up through Drake's, you'll be around level 51. That's when you're gonna want to use them. Around that level range is when you want to use them. Life asking, if you're low level. If you use them now, it's a waste because you're doing your 999 quests. They're already gonna get you into your 50s. The hell levels are 50 to 70, so you might as well use them at any point in there. I use mine from 52 to 56 on this character. Yeah, no problem. The drop rate's good if you already have high level characters, but if you're leveling up your first character, use them on your first character. Get level 50 to like 60-ish. That's probably where you're gonna be at. It only got me 4 levels, so it's not a ton. That's pretty good though. It's not bad. 4 levels in like 2 hours isn't bad. Let's head over to where we're going. Sleepywood. Another entrance. This way. I think it's the very top of the map on the right? They don't even hit that hard, do they? And then all the way at the bottom. This map is okay, but the next map is better. Of course, no worries, live asking. Yeah. I'll help anytime. I'd ask Ozark to come and train with me, but I wouldn't get any XP. We gotta be within 5 levels of the monster together, or each other. Because then one of us could take the top row and I'd take the bottom row, but my guy isn't high enough level yet. Maybe 62? Ah, and you're like level 68. So I'd have to be like level 65 and then we'd probably... Why is that game? How is that game? Already here in a cargo party, there's that too. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's not bad at all. I'd say it's pretty good. I'm no expert on the power of this level range, but oh, and these guys drop wand attack scrolls. That'll be great. We can save these for my high level wand. What is this game? This is ChronoStory. You can find it on MapleStory Worlds if you're interested in this kind of game. The music you're hearing isn't in-game, by the way. That's my music. It is from MapleStory, though. The music is... This would be Mushroom Shrine, I think. Pretty sure. Classic Perion soundtrack. Imagine if I used my 100% EXP scrolls here. That'd be better. EXP here is pretty epic. Probably should have done that. I'm stupid. I'm the dumb one, but that's fine. Dumb me, I should have known. Dumb streamers, dumb, of course. It's alright. Not a big deal at all. Yes, this brings back memories back in the fucking hell that is Wild Cargoes. Yes. Memories of a time before, a time called Our Tale. This place isn't exactly super good if you're playing like a bowman or like a warrior. In fact, if you're playing a warrior, this place sucks. You're so fucking slow. It's like, okay. But for a mage, this place fucking rocks. Back in the Artale days, this map didn't exist. This was added by Bote. Instead of being a big, long, flat map, it was the previous one. You'd have 3 players, 1 player on each tier, killing mobs. Back in my day. In the before times. $85 anniversary coins. Whew. Oh. Cargo, cargo, cargo. I wonder if Madions would be good at this level range. I don't know. It's possible. You gotta play I gotta play the closed beta. Now I watched some people play it. I have firm opinions on it. I didn't even apply for the beta, just so you know. I am not trustful of what's his name, Inkwell. So I don't really have a big interest in it. I'll play it when it comes out for a bit, probably a couple weeks. Just to center on the hype, right? I'm gonna ride that hype train. But will I stick to it? Probably not. I'll probably stick to. I'll almost definitely stick to ChronoStory. ChronoStory's progression's better, and I trust Bote. I don't trust Nexon. I definitely don't. I don't trust Inkwell, and I definitely don't trust Nexon. So the last time I tried to trust Nexon, I played the game for 10 years, and then the game became so shit that I can't play it anymore. I don't think it'll ever flop, per se. It's possible that it'll flop completely. I mean, look at MapleStory 2, right? That flopped after a couple months. But, the player base that wants to play MapleStory, most of them want to play classic MapleStory, not modern MapleStory, right? I feel like it'll become popular enough to sustain itself and make Nexon more money than Reboot ever did. But I don't think it'll be what we want. You're gonna get an influx of people. The main player base will be there for a month, maybe 2 if you're lucky. Most of the players that want to play it will quit, and then they're gonna have like the trickling people, right? There's hundreds of thousands of people who played MapleStory throughout the years, and all of them that are alive will eventually try it and probably play it for a week or two, if not a month. You're going to get a big surge at the beginning, and then you're going to get a pretty steady supply of new people and people quitting over the next couple years after it comes out. As long as the game is decent, right? As long as the game is okay, right? Which it will probably be okay, right? It's not going to be on the same level as like ChronoStory. ChronoStory is a well-made game that is trying to be more. They're not really trying to be more. They're trying to be nostalgia bait with like a couple new areas that we didn't need. You know? And most of their money is going to probably come from whales that spend a lot on cosmetic boxes and 2x EXP coupons. So for sure, it'll be popular, but it won't be good. I don't think it'll flop. I think it'll make Nexon more money in the West than they ever did with GMS. But also, I don't think it'll be deserved. I think if they wanted to make a good classic server, they should have done so on MapleStory Worlds. They should have used this thing that they made, that Nexon made, to make their own in-worlds server. That way, a lot of people would see, hey, they're making their own MapleStory Worlds server, which means all the content that they made, all the new stuff that they made, likely would then go up for mod developers, Worlds developers to then use as well. It means they would have had to update Worlds and make Worlds a better place for creators to make stuff in, which means they'd have more competition. That would bring more people to MapleStory Worlds. That way, if people don't like their official server, they go to one of the many non-official servers in Worlds, rather than just quitting. So even though they don't retain the player on their main thing, they'd retain the player in the platform, and they'd still make money from the player as they spend it on other games, because Nexon splits revenue with the people who make games on their platform. That would have been the smart decision. But is Nexon smart? No. They should have made it here, on Worlds. It would have forced them to make Worlds a better system for everyone, and it would have made them more money in the long run. No matter what, it would have made them more money in the long run. Because even if players didn't like their official version of Classic MapleStory, they could have switched to any of the other versions on here, and they would have made more money that way. Nexon, why are you stupid? I think they're because this is how I believe they're doing. This is what I've read and what I've been told how they're doing classic server. They're making a choice in the login screen from the main MapleStory game. So you have to download modern MapleStory, and then when you get to you choose your world, you instead choose classic world. So it's a world in modern MapleStory. I think they're banking on and hoping for people to see modern MapleStory as an option when they play classic. But that's not how the classic players are going to see it. They're like, oh, I'm going to play classic. And then when they no longer want to play classic, they're not going to switch to modern MapleStory. They're just going to quit. But if they were on MapleStory Worlds, they would probably try out the other things that are on there and maybe spend money there. So that's their foolhardy decision, and hope that getting people to play classic means they'll play modern, but that's not the case. That's not how it's gonna work. Like, we all know that's not how it's gonna work. No one who plays classic is going to want to play modern. At least the majority aren't going to want to play modern. Exactly, they are completely different games. It's like comparing RuneScape and old school RuneScape. How many people who play old school RuneScape play modern RuneScape? It's like 0. Modern RuneScape, old school RuneScape is in the top 3 MMOs played at any given time. Old school RuneScape isn't even in the top 50. I mean, I'm sorry. Modern RuneScape isn't even in the top 50. Yeah, and not spend any money, life asking, absolutely. But I think that will be the minority of players that happens to. I think if they made Classic server on the Classic World server on MapleStory Worlds, and they called it Classic World because it's on MapleStory Worlds, they would retain more players because more players, especially if they advertise the other things, right? It's like players who log in. It says, because you played MapleStory Worlds, here's the developer's recommendation for other classic servers in MapleStory Worlds, and then they'd advertise ChronoStory, Nextale, South Parry, and R-Tail, right? So they'd be able to try all of the hot other versions of the game on Worlds, and like just have it so the dev have dev notes, right? Classic or MapleStory Worlds dev notes. They can put little notes beside it that says why is this different from Classic World, and then they give you a little blurb telling you what is different between Classic World and the other server. So players who decided to quit playing Classic World switch to one of those instead of just quitting outright. That would just be the smart thing to do. Like that's like the obvious choice, obvious smart thing to do, but it's Nexon, so they're not gonna do that. You know. How has this not been considered? Because it's Nexon. Because it's Nexon. When do they consider the player base? When do they consult their devs who know what they're doing? Basically never, right? Let's see, staff, weapon, magic attack. Oh, they're actually kind of cheap. Let's do the 100%. 6. Classic's not going to beat it. Classic is look. People say they want a one-to-one recreation of MapleStory, old school MapleStory. So Nexon decided, hey, let's make Classic World, but they're not making a one-to-one. And then the players are going to go in. It's going to be really slow, like they remember, but it's not going to be the same game. It's going to be slightly different. They're going to be like, oh, that's a little weird. They're going to be like, oh, this is kind of fun. They're going to play it for a few weeks, if not a month or two, and then be like, yeah, this is way too much of a grind, and then they're going to never play it again. And they have no form to funnel them into a different version of the game other than modern, which no one wants to play if they're playing classic. So They might funnel a couple people into modern that'll play until like 120, be like, wow, this is fucking fast. And then they stop playing because it's not what they wanted. And then they don't funnel them anywhere else. But if they made it on fucking MapleStory Worlds, they'd have at least 4 other servers they could have funneled them into. And if they had announced they were making it on MapleStory Worlds and having all the assets they made available to devs of new servers on Worlds, there would be quite a few, probably at least 10 more classic servers and maybe a couple of big bang servers to choose from. But instead, because they announced they were making it and putting it on MapleStory proper as a world choice when you get into MapleStory, instead they killed off like 6 or 7 different projects that were underway on MapleStory World. So we actually have less choice now than we did before they announced Classic World. Instead, the only new ones we got were like Nextale and ChronoStory. Everyone else folded when Nex announced Classic World. Six to 10, Graz. 6 to 10. 6 to 10 new servers that could have opened up on MapleStory Worlds in this time frame, but didn't open because Nexon announced, hey, we're making our own classic server. It's going to be on MapleStory proper. If they had announced we're making it on MapleStory Worlds and said, hey, all the assets we make are going to be available to devs on MapleStory Worlds, and we're going to be improving MapleStory Worlds dev architecture to facilitate us and to facilitate devs over there that want to make their own games on our thing, it would have created a dynamic atmosphere that promotes competition. And the sneaky thing, your Wi-Fi paused at a bad time. Then it did. The sneaky thing about that is it's promoting competition on a thing that they own. So no matter which one you choose, they make a profit. They make more of a profit if you pick the classic server, like their own server if they made it there, which is going to be the main drawing force of bringing people into MapleStory Worlds, or would have been the main drawing force of getting people into MapleStory Worlds. But even if you don't like it, they'd probably keep you on MapleStory Worlds because you have other options to choose from that might be more of what you're looking for. And then they could advertise those things. Have the devs of MapleStory Worlds be like, cool, did you like classic MapleStory? If not, you might want to try out these servers that are more. You get more EXP in this one. This one has different balancing. This one has, more this, more that, and it would shift people around in their thing, and they'd still make money. People who quit would a lot of they'd probably have at least a 60%. Not that, it probably wouldn't that high. At least a 50% retention rate of the people that intended to quit. At least half of them would then stay because they'd go to a different game. But that's not going to happen now. They're going to have a 0% retention rate because no one's going to stay for Modern Maple. It's too bad. They made the greedy decision that is going to end up being the dumb decision. The greedy dumb decision that's going to end up making them no money. Or way less money in the long run than they could have. It'll make them a lot of money in the short run, but it'll still make them a lot less money in that short run than they would have done if they put it on fucking MapleStory Worlds. I just don't get it. I don't understand devs that do that kind of shit. You know, it's like, why? You know. Yeah, your Wi-Fi paused at a bad time. I was going on a rant. Sorry, guys, I was ranting a little bit. In a perfect world, they would have released it on MapleStory Worlds, and then put all the dev architecture they made to the public on MapleStory Worlds to use. They don't, though. The only company that I've seen do that in recent memory is Bethesda, or technically speaking, the other studio under Bethesda that runs Elder Scrolls Online, because their new lead developer on Elder Scrolls Online was a person who played the game before he started working at Elder Scrolls Online, and played the game all throughout the time that he worked on the game at Elder Scrolls Online, and then became the lead dev. So now he's making decisions that, like, I would make if I was working there. You know what I mean? That's the only company, and they're not even doing it perfectly either. Like, you need a team of people. You need a team of consultants, outside consultants, to be able to give you these kinds of ideas, like competent people, and that's the only way that companies usually are able to succeed with modern people and different outlooks on life and things of that nature. They can succeed otherwise. In fact, they probably will succeed in the short run and consider MapleStory Classic to be a success. But it's never going to be the biggest success they could have had if they had done what I said. Like, fucking obviously, right? They're thinking, hey, how much money can we make now? They're not thinking, how much money can we make, period. They're thinking too short-sightedly. If they were thinking long-term, it would have been a very simple suggestion, right? Let's make it MapleStory Worlds. If we lose players to this game, we suggest them to other games made by other devs in here. And to support other devs making games in here that will attract the players who leave Classic MapleStory, we give them better architecture to work with and more toys to play with by the stuff that we made for Classic World. We improve on MapleStory Worlds, and bing bang boom, we make more money. Like, it's the easiest, dumbest suggestion ever. If they wanted to even make even more money, they'd fold MapleStory proper into it too. I don't think it's possible. But if it was possible, they should fold MapleStory proper into MapleStory Worlds too. Like, that's where the most money is going to come from. If they were to do that, it just means you have a better retention rate. Just in general, and any player that wants to quit might choose something else. By giving us all the tools that are in modern MapleStory, it means you could have modern versions of MapleStory. So the players that aren't happy with MapleStory and are quitting might choose one on MapleStory Worlds. It's a modern version that just has the stuff that they want. Definitely, it definitely did. That happened with a lot of game companies. Just the quarantine made it seem, it inflated a lot of MMO value when it wasn't really there. That was people that just were at home and not able to work, or people that were working but also playing games on the side at home because they can do that because they're working from home now, you know. And for sure, there's more people than there were before COVID in this gaming atmosphere, just because a lot of people can still work from home even after COVID. But like, it's not like. It's just making them more complacent with what they can do, and rather than actually thinking about the profits they could do. If you're good to your consumer, they're gonna spend money. If you do the smart stuff that is both good for you and your consumer, you're gonna make more money. So if you made this thing, MapleStory Worlds, and you didn't really develop it all the way, and you didn't make it as good of a tool for devs, and you gave it a lot of these quirks that devs don't like. And you never fix them. Okay, you're making money here. There's no reason to close it down, but the devs are making money and you're making money, so there's no reason to make it better. Okay, if you make it better, more devs come, more players come. You put your games on there now. More players come to your games and then try the other games, and now it makes more money. Like. And they call me a dumb streamer. Come on. The common sense is, what is the easiest way to squeeze money out of people, and then the common sense is, okay, loot boxes. So their whole thought process probably was, okay, we're gonna put Classic MapleStory on Global MapleStory as a world choice. That way we can incorporate our loot box system into Classic World, because that's where we make our most of our money in the West, is from loot boxes. Let's just sell our loot boxes in the game. That's probably their whole decision making process. Hey, Kara. Ow. Yeah, that was probably their whole process. If we put the game in modern Maple Stories a thing, we can incorporate the loot boxes in the cash shop that we're already selling stuff in. And now the people in classic version will buy vac pets and loot boxes. And vac pet loot boxes. Exactly, Kara, exactly. Merp one loot boxes, yeah. Side note, one of the most depressing things you've heard from the gaming industry was the first store mount in WoW making more money than StarCraft 2. Yeah. When Baldur's Gate 3 came out, it made $2 billion. FIFA made more money from their loot boxes than Baldur's Gate 3 made. In the same year. Not like overall, just in the same year. Talk about depressing. I'm going to say the anecdote I said a minute ago again in response to Tianman's thing, now that the ad's over. When Baldur's Gate 3 came out, it made $2 billion in the first year that it was out. FIFA made more money from loot boxes than Baldur's Gate 3 made for the whole game in the same amount of time. Like, in that same year, FIFA made more money from loot boxes. Yeah. Yeah. And keep in mind that most of that money was generated by about less than 100 people. Whales. Whales are like the main generating loop for these kinds of things. It's like less than 100 people are spending that much money on loot boxes. Most people spend less than $10 on loot boxes in a year, but the whales spend just exorbitant amounts. Yeah, it does. Yep. Exactly. It's because the people in charge of gaming companies aren't gamers. They don't care about the game. They care about money. Yeah, that's what happened to Nintendo. If you look at Nintendo, Iwata, the original like CEO, main head runner of the company, loved games. He refused to do raise prices. He made games that gamers liked, and when gamers didn't like it, he changed stuff. He innovated. He did stuff to make games better. When he died, he was replaced with 2 CEOs instead of the one. Neither of them like games, and just look at how Nintendo is now. Nintendo was what like the most beloved gaming company in the industry and seen as infallible. And then Iwata died, and he was replaced with regular fucking CEOs who just want to make as much money as possible, and now they're despised. Same with Apple. When Steve Jobs was alive, Apple was this beloved company that could do no wrong. Now that Steve Jobs is dead, they're seen as this money hungry corpo giant that everyone hates. Like, perfectly normal. It's perfectly normal for companies to do that. And it's not great when it's in an industry that's really based on passion. It makes me upset, obviously, right? I think it makes everyone upset. Everyone except for people who specifically want people to make a lot of money doing the shitty shit that they do. Tech bros and, you know, people like that. They're like, yeah, hell yeah, that's great. Like, it's not great. But, well, what can we do, right? Keep playing ChronoStory. That's what we can do. Stick to the man. Keep playing ChronoStory. It's not really sticking to the man at all. Hexon still makes money from ChronoStory, but it's fine. I mean, yeah, live asking, but have you ever heard that? Did you hear that like recent analogy where or not analogy, but it's like that recent like pop culture question? Would you, dude, go upstairs? Don't kill my mobs. If you're gonna be here, go up. No, I don't care. I'm gonna leave. I'm just gonna change channels. I'm sure it's not full. Dickhead. I don't want to deal with it. That recent pop culture thing. You have two buttons, a red and a blue button. If you hit the blue button, everyone who if more than 50% of people hit the blue button, everyone who hit any button survives. If you hit a red button, you survive no matter what. But if less than 50% of people hit the blue button, everyone who hit the blue button dies. That's that. It's that. That's what it is. It's that. It's a two-sided issue, but the thing is, everyone's hitting the red button because people want to play games. People like the games that these devs are making, even if the things that they do suck. So they're gonna keep hitting the red button, and nothing's gonna get done. You know? It's a two-sided issue. But, everyone's hitting the red button. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna hit the blue button and die? You know? It's that. It's 100% that. Like, you know, if you hit the blue button, you're gonna die. So you're gonna hit the red button, right? And that's what companies are banking on. Everyone's gonna hit the red button, not the blue button. And those who hit the blue button are seen as the people with the high ground, but nothing gets done because there's not enough people actually hitting the blue button. They're just gonna eventually hit the red button because they have the choice to do that later. Eventually, if indie games get good enough, and enough of them every year to outcompete the AAAs, which seems to be kind of trending in that direction, yes, that would be the way to fix it, right? Indie devs making good games that people want, and there's a lot of them, and there's MMOs and non-MMOs and everything people want, and the regular dev games have to compete to make up for it by making good games again. For sure, that can fix it. But that's circumventing the whole problem. You're not fixing the problem by punishing the devs of bad games that used to make good games by not buying their games because it's the right thing to do. You're buying the games that are good and not buying the games that are bad. So now these devs have to make good games, but they'll eventually make bad games again in the future if there's no competition. Really, it's an issue of competition, right? If we see it from the point of view of if you stop buying their games, eventually they have to stop. Well, red button, blue button. If more people make games that compete with those games and they're better than those games, and you play those games instead, eventually those devs will have to adapt on their own, and there's no red button, blue button. So, it's a competition problem, right? So yeah, you're 100% right, Life. You're 100% Life asking. 100%. That would 100% circumvent the issue in the first place. As long as there's enough competition, then they have to do good. But that's kind of how everything is, right? That's why cable companies and internet companies suck, because they don't have competition. That's why Google started to suck, because all their competition sucks. So there's no reason to switch from Google, because Google's the only one that's actually really usable. That's why video games have started to suck, because all like no one else is making God of War. No one else is making MapleStory. You know? It's why all the food brands and food products suck, because it's all owned by 6 big corporations. Oh, you think this small brand that you see in the grocery store is an indie brand, like a small brand? It's not. That small brand is owned by like Pepsi, or you know, Texaco or whatever the fuck. Like, it's just owned by one of the big boys, because they're all owned by the big boys. It's just a 7-man circle jerk with different names. So that's why there's shrinkflation and everything sucks in the grocery store now. You know? It's the same thing. If there's no competition, then they're gonna charge more for less and worse, and you can't do anything about it. Yeah. It's what it is, though, Life. It absolutely is. There's only 7 big companies that are selling all the food in the grocery stores, essentially. There's a few small ones. And we're forced to eat the cookie, because what are you going to do? Get a different cookie? There are no other cookies. What are you going to do? Support local businesses? Those are so expensive. Fuck you. That's what they're banking on, at least. That's why competition is good and monopolies are bad. We're seeing it in real time. And the gaming industry isn't about monopolies. It's just about bad practices. But in other industries, it's about monopolies. Although it kind of is about monopolies in the gaming industry too. It's just the monopoly is education. People that want to make video games, to learn to make video games is difficult, and in order to do it properly and well, and be able to work in the gaming industry outside of being an indie dev, you need to be creative, and go to college. If you're an indie dev, you have a different mindset, and there aren't that many indie devs that can actually succeed, or that do actually succeed. So it is a monopoly, but it's a monopoly by making education more expensive. So there's less competition that way. I don't think it's purposeful. I don't think it is the gaming industry that did that. It's kind of a happy accident for the big boys in the gaming industry that it's like that. But now that more and more people are learning on their own through the internet and through like YouTube tutorials and things and making games like fucking Balatro, like fucking Silksong, like, you know, all these other big games that are coming out that are big but also not made by big companies. For sure. Now they're going to start getting competition and have to start making better games because they're going to have to compete with the indie games that are better. But for the longest time, it wasn't like that, and they could just do what they want because the information was we were basically you know, information gated. We weren't allowed because it was too expensive to do that and too time consuming to do that. So we're in a fortunate time where it's breaking out and becoming good again because of all these indie games, but the big companies still aren't making good games yet. So it's gonna be a bit. It's gonna be a bit before we see any real change, but we'll see. Hopefully. Hopefully. That's why I like MapleStory Worlds. It helps with making like Nexon created a platform where they themselves can have competition with their own games. Other people can make games that people like more than their games using their architecture, make versions of their game the way that they want them. That's a good thing. In fact, Vampire Survivors has made over 50 mil as a proof. Single developer. Exactly. Balatro as well. Balatro also made unimaginable money. A single developer. Stardew Valley, same thing. You know? That's just how it goes. A little game like Vampire Survivors that's a very simple gameplay loop, making that much money and causing everyone in that sphere being like, oh shit. And there's so many like copycat games. Like I love Spell Brigade. Spell Brigade's a copycat game of Vampire Survivors. And I like it more than Vampire Survivors. But that doesn't mean Vampire Survivors is bad. Yeah, it was 9 years ago, wasn't it, Twiz? Wasn't it one of the last games that Iwata like contributed on in any way? Still haven't popped that Stardew Cherry. Heard many good things about it though. I mean, it's a cozy farming sim with a little bit of combat, and some quirkiness. So if you like cozy farming sims, you'll like it. I think it's fine. I'm not a big fan of it. I've played it a bit on stream. I like going down to the mines, mining stuff, and killing guys and whatnot. But I find you love Super Mario. Mario Odyssey is great. Mario Odyssey is great. I prefer Mario Galaxy over Odyssey, but still. But like, it's the main reason I don't like that game as much as I could is because I'm not a big fan of busy work simulators. So I don't like farming sims. I don't like shelf stocking sims. I don't like, you know, that kind of game. It's a busy work simulator. You don't get number go burr like with MapleStory. Paper Mario was your shit. I haven't played Paper Mario yet. I've been planning on playing Paper Mario on stream eventually. So, T, if you're following me at any point in the future, which you probably will be, I'll be probably playing Paper Mario at some point in the next couple months, in the next coming months. A lot more of this, a lot of other games, including Paper Mario. I just gotta work out a time. We're also gonna be doing D&D on stream at some point, which would be cool. But I got Paper Bag, my friend Link, who is also a PNG tuber. I'm a VTuber, but he's a PNG tuber. Paper Bag, Link. My wife is gonna co-DM. Bunny and Kara. That's the players. My wife is the co-DM, 4 players. My wife's a better DM than me is why. I came up with the story and the structure and am going to be the main DM doing stuff. My wife's going to help. And she'll be, because she works. She can't be here every time we play, which is why she's not a player. And her work is irregular, so we can't put a regular time. Her work is pretty random. ADHD brain. Tangent. That was a tangent. I feel like it's going to take me longer to get from our level right now to level 70 than it took us to get from level 105 to 125 on my main. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the case. That's what it feels like to me. These guys give 0.06% EXP. Yep, 0.06% EXP. That is nothing. That is so little. They really need to buff the EXP gained. I really hope they do that, because this level range fucking sucks. God, I forgot how shitty this level range is. It's been fun live asking. Well, thank you for coming in. In fact, I think it has been fun. I think I might raid out as well. Let's see. Who we want to do? Milklink again? Keep raiding Milklink. Pino? We'll do Umura. Mute site. Whoop. Thank you guys for coming to the stream. If you enjoyed, don't leave a like and subscribe. I stream every single day. We're going to be streaming some more tomorrow. I don't know what time. Depends on if my wife works in the morning or not. We'll try to get this guy to level 60 tomorrow. Probably a little bit past that. And I'll be back. See you guys later. Have a good night. Goodbye.